I guess this is, because I live in LA and I see this sort of world of Nepo babies and
Right.
trust fund kids when you're out.
Right.
That they work.
I loved your new rules on Nepo babies, by the way. That was fantastic.
That's because that was about
Give you a
sports.
pound on that one.
And
That was special. That was nice.
Thank you.
You did a great job on that.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That started here in a conversation with Bob Costas. And Bronny James is the one who fucked it up.
Yeah.
Because the point of it, for people who didn't see it, is that sports, the last place where you can have trust that it's not Nepo babies. Like everything else, even modeling now, Nepo babies. But certainly politics always was. Show business is rife with them. Everything is Nepo babies except sports. You could always count on the fact that the best... The 600 players in the NBA were the best in the world, not just in America.
Right.
And Bronny James is not one of the 600 best players.
Let me first of all, I agree with you. Let me tell you what the real problem was with the whole Bronny James things. And I love this kid, and I love his
not against him.
Not against him. His mama, listen, LeBron James is one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball. He's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. He's absolutely amazing, okay? And a good dude as well.
Yeah.
Let me explain where they messed up about Bronny. LeBron James has done so much for this league. Him wanting the moment of being in an NBA game with his son is not the crime. Here's what the crime was, Bill. You have that moment on opening night. At that moment, Bronny James, you know you belong in the G League. Go to the G League.
Right.
You know why you're here. Listen, this was important to my dad. My dad is phenomenal. He's done so much to the game.
Right.
And the one thing that he dreamed of having was me on a basketball court for an NBA game with him. Ladies and gentlemen, now that I got this moment, it's time for me to go and earn my stripes. I didn't earn it at USC because I wasn't there long enough, right? I'm a high school All-American averaging 14 points a game, all right, which is better than most of us, by the way, but still, high school All-Americans usually are doing more than that. All Bronny James had to do, and I understand that that's a lot to put on a kid that's 19 years old or so, but all Bronny James had to do was say, now it's time for me to go to the G League, y'all.
Yeah.
I got to earn my stripes. Then a Bill Maher and others can't come out and say what they said. But because he was soaking it all in, right? And one game after another, you're traveling with the team, you're in uniform, and you're taking up one of those roster spots. Now it brings into question the meritocracy and what was religiously associated with the NBA, which is why your point was not only on point because factually you were correct, but your timing was impeccable.
Nice.
See, you didn't wait. You know, it wasn't like 6 months later or anything. No, you were right there, week 1. Like, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute now. Let's stop acting like,
I did
and you
that
were right.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, before that, I even said in the piece, it's funny, I even said in the piece, everybody wants to see Bronny James in the league with his father.
So you spoke about Bronny James 2 years ago.
2 years
I didn't know that, Bill. I didn't know that.
That's when I did that piece. And I said, everyone wants to see it, but he won't make it unless he's good enough. And then they fucked that up. And I even mentioned Doc Rivers' kid plays, but not because he's Doc Rivers' kid.
But Austin Rivers,
because he's good enough to
he's
play
good enough
in
to
the
be on an NBA.
league.
Austin Rivers was good enough to be on an NBA roster, especially defensively.
Yes.
And coming out of Duke, playing at Duke, and being drafted, he earned no stripes.
No, he was an NBA player.
He
not
was an
a
NBA
superstar,
player.
but an NBA player.
Yes, he was. Absolutely true.
Hey, everyone, I'm on Substack now. Check it out and subscribe now at billmaher.substack.com. What could be simpler than that? My name, then dot, substack.com.